All right, people, Catfish Dave here. I took a couple weeks off because we were in probably the worst time of year to catch fish, which is between the post-spawn bite and the fall bite. Now, I don't quite think it's fall yet because water temps here are 70, almost 74 degrees. They are cooling off. We're getting close. Could be another week away, 2 weeks away if we keep having these cooler nights. I am planning to possibly night fish tonight. What I'm doing is scouting the area. I normally fish this end of the lake during the last part of the year and do fairly well. What should be happening is, as fall progresses, this is all super deep out here. This is a lot of 70, 80 foot water out here. And then I've got all these coves and creeks and flats. As it cools off, all this bait's gonna run up in these creeks and the bigger fish are gonna follow them. We are in the state now that I'm just looking around and I'm expecting them to be more on the outsides of the creek, not moved in yet. So I'm gonna drag this flat up in here for now because I have a series of creeks all along this flat. So we're gonna see what's hanging out, and if I catch a bigger fish, it'll probably be after dark this time of year. Now, once fall gets more underway, and these water temps get down into the 60s, I can catch big blue cats in the middle of the afternoon. But right now, I think the bigger fish will be biting at night. Either way, let's get started. It's about 2 hours before night. I'm on a 43 foot flat here, and we're going to cut up some bait. All we got is skipjack, and that's usually a good fall bait. So typically once we get into later October and all the way up through December, that's all I use is skipjack. I don't no longer use that old white bass and stuff like I do during the warmer months. We're going to try heads, chunks, we're going to try it all. I got plenty of bait, so this is not my favorite lake for catching a lot of fish by any means, but it is a weekend. It's fairly close to the house, so we're going to fish it. Did not feel like driving to Chattanooga on a weekend, so let's get some baits down. I have seen, a little bit of life on the screen here. Not a ton, just a little bit. But we are sitting still, so we're going to bait up with heads and chunks. I'm going to run chunks on green rods for sure, and maybe the middle rod, and then the two orange planer boards I will put skipjack heads on. That'll give me a good determination as the bites go on which one they want the most. Usually in the fall they hit them all. So possible fish on the screen right there, hanging right below the boat. Nothing wrong with that. I expected them to be on the flat. Yeah, y'all, I just took a couple weeks off. Views always go south for my channel once football season and all that gets going in the fall, and then hunting season. Fishing views tend to go down, so it's a good time for me to chill out, take a little break from YouTube, play more guitar. That's what I have been doing. We should have time to pull this flat once before it gets dark. And that'll let me determine what I want to do for the rest of the day or the rest of the evening. And here again, when the evening comes, things could change. That's when fish will start moving more, so they may move into these creeks in the evening. Right now, I think they're going to be out here, just outside them. The sun is always in the camera in the evenings in my section of reservoir. I'll tell you, something hanging right below the boat there. I've actually got the wind blowing in my favor. I may even throw a suspended bait and drag slower. I don't know. Let's just get started and see what happens. That's what we'll do. See what's going to chew. Get some fish on video and then try to get some views. Once it gets dark, we won't have the sun in the camera. Or that's usually how it's been every time I fished at night. 43 foot. There's a fish there. There's stuff out here. Yeah, I did not fish this end of the lake last year because we had that big flood that destroyed the Carolinas and then come through here. And I fished middle of the lake and the upper end of the lake during that time. But this end of the lake, there's the dam down there. This is where all that trash accumulated, and it was just stuff floating everywhere out here. A little too treacherous. All I was going to do was tear my boat up. And I figured we wouldn't be catching no skipjack around here anyway because the water was just chocolate milk this time last year. So we'll see what happens. This year we've got normal water conditions. I don't know, y'all. I may put if I keep seeing that, I may drop a suspended bait down as I'm going. I can't suspend bait and drag too fast is why I don't like doing it. That appeared to be another fish. Oh, look at there. That's a fish on the outside of the slope on a headpiece. On the outside of the slope. Yeah, all we've been bid on is heads, so far. And trying to see what I hooked him on there. There's a hard drop off just to the left there. That's probably what we got him on. So far, they ain't been easy. Took about 30 minutes to get this first one here. But we got one. Don't get in my bait over there, man. Get up out of there. Get up out of there. Yeah, I don't know if he hit my line or if that was a bite. He was real close to it. I got my headpiece back there. If I can hurry up and get him in. Oh, typical Fort Loudon size blue cat. Ain't no fall size fish. But it is a fish. This old net gets caught up in these hooks. A little bitty old, scrawny old blue cat there. But it is a fish. Skunk is out of the boat. And I got my bait back, so. You can see we're getting the small bites. There's on a head piece, one big enough to actually eat it. And that one is up in a little shallower water, 30-something foot. These are dragging 40-something. Either way, the head baits, see, I got fish right here on my screen, man. I almost feel like just a spin baiting right there. We might come back to that here. Let's fool around with going into this creek a little bit. And I just dropped off into 40 foot. We will fool around with the creek, see how far they are up in a creek, what kind of depths we're getting them. Look at him going right for that board. Look at him. He's in it. There's no way he didn't get it. Thank you for creating that chaos there. Thank you so much. Another small Fort Loudon fish on a head bait. Not seeing no fall size yet. Even smaller there. Yeah. Old Fort Loudon fish. We ain't in Chickamauga or Nickajack. All right, y'all, got that sun right in my face coming into this creek. I can't see nothing. We'll try it going into it just to see what happens going in there. And I seen a pile of fish stacked almost at the top of this ledge out here. We'll drag a little longer. We may suspend bait that for a bit, just mess around. We're just gonna play it as it goes, find out what works best. Oh shoot, on the head piece, there we go. Coming into the mouth of this creek. Yeah, this might be a little better fish here. So far he's feeling like a better fish. Feeling better. Unless he's just laying there and being real lazy. I believe he's the best one of the day so far. Anyhow, let me get some of this resistance off him. I'm gonna slow down to about 0.2 here just to get him in. Yeah, 42 feet coming into the creek. They are definitely preferring the head baits, without a doubt. Let's see what we got here. Is he any better? He's a little better. He still ain't no fall fish, but he's better than anything we've caught so far. And got the head back again. Come on up in here. Keep that headpiece on there. Yeah, he's a little better than the first couple. Still just an old standard size, but just a little better. We won't, he ain't no big one, so we won't worry about the sun. In the camera, quit turning that tail my way, man. I wonder why they do that. Yeah, he's just a little better. Well, I got some old little fish that chasing this back rod here. Getting back up in here into 28 foot. Just seeing some smaller bites back here in this creek, so I'm fixing to make a turnaround, and we may get hit when I turn this boat. That's a popular time to get hit when dragging, is when you turn the boat. Don't ask me why. Seem to get nailed a lot when you try to turn the boat, so that's what we're fixing to do. Make a turnaround here, and we'll see if we get hit on the turnaround. When you turn like this, one side will slow down and one side will speed way up, but there's something about it, it just sparks a bite. We'll see if it happens this time. Oh, headpiece getting hit right there. This fish is just holding on this bait right here. Look at him. This one here has caught something, I don't know what. Let's see what it's caught. I'm dragging something. Probably some old crappie man's bush or something. Let's see what we got here. What do we got? I don't know what we got. I got some old fish that pulling on that orange board. Or that might be me. We got a fish by the tail. I have got a fish, loop-de-looped. He's got this orange planer board bait in his mouth, I believe. I don't know. We got a fish on here, loop-de-looped. He's got a hook in his mouth. I'm just not sure if it's the hook of this orange planer board or this one. Either way, we did get something back here, and there's the hook in his mouth. I'd like you to get out of that if you would. He ain't gonna get out of it. Either way, he has caused me a mess. You have caused a mess there, bud. Let me go ahead and pull this loose so it don't get in everything here. Oh, little stinker fish up in the back of this creek, causing me some chaos here. Old fish number 4. We did get a little dinky one back here. Oh shoot, I got a fish on this, y'all. I've got a fish on this thing. He's pulling on it. There he is. There he is, and he don't feel like a real bad fish either. He done hit it. I am gonna hand line this fish in here, and we've got a mess after this. He ain't pulling like a blue cat. I don't know what he's pulling like. I'm having to hand line him. See what we got here. He don't feel too bad, whatever he is. Biggest fish of the day. Hand lined. Look at this. Oh shoot, he about to tear my hand up with that braid. That's the best fish of the day, man. Look at this. Look at this. That's the first decent one of the day. I seen that planer board get hit, and these two fish swam around each other, I guess. Come on now. Come on, come on. That's the best one of the day right there. And I ain't used to getting them like this. No. Get up in here. This is chaos right here. Get up in there. We got him. We got him. Best one of the day. Let me try not to hit this dock right here. We are about to hit the dock. Well, there was a better fish back here in this creek. 20-something foot. See if I can keep from hitting this dock. We'll get this thing in, and I got a big mess here. And a lot of line in the boat. Oh. Yeah. Best one of the day back there in 27 foot. There we go. Head pieces are getting it done. That is the best one of the day. First decent fish. And in this lake, this is a decent fish. No wide-headed male. Yeah. All right. I've got a mess here, y'all. Ain't no doubt about that. All right, y'all, let's drop a couple suspended baits out here. I'm not seeing the fish I was seeing when we first came through here. Obviously, I seen moving fish because there was a pile of them. I seem to be getting a little activity down there. So, all right, y'all, I'm gonna suspend bait a little bit while I'm getting set up for night fishing. We may go back to dragging, I don't know. We'll try sitting still while I'm setting up, see what happens. I'm gonna throw a couple chunks on. They might hit them different sits there. There's a school of bait. There's that school of bait we come across earlier, so there's bait around here. All right, y'all. I know it's gonna cool off, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. I'll tell you what, I did not bring no mosquito spray, or did I? I've heard about all these people dying up around Missouri from some kind of strange mosquito stuff. And I said, well, that's fine. I just won't go fishing at night. And here I am the day after I read that. I'm out here at night and I just seen a mosquito there by my light, so. Let me go ahead and put a coat on too. It's not cold enough for it, but I don't want none of that old whatever mosquito virus it is. It was like, when I seen it, it was like 3 dead, 15 hospitalized overnight up there in Missouri somewhere. Well, y'all, I'm gonna turn on the low rants because I do not like this night screen on this Garmin. It just, you can't tell what's going on with it. The low rants kind of gives me the same screen. The only difference is I can dim the light down if I want to. This just totally changes the character of everything, and I can't tell nothing. The maps ain't even readable. I'll probably look at my phone to read the maps. There we go. I've got the Garmin on maps in the low rants. on down scan. And there is a fish under the boat. Something, don't know what it is, but he's there. $44.7. Did the lake just drop? No, that's a bite. We just got a bite. We got a bite on there. He's just a holding it. He's got it slumped over. You gonna take that down or not? He's on there. I can see that rod just a slumping. But he ain't pulling down no more than that. There he goes. There he goes. He's starting to pull more. He's starting to pull more. He's starting to pull more. He's just got it slumped, so let's reel down. Oh.
Hello, Moto.
I don't know if he let go of it or not, y'all. He did. Let me check my bait. Dag blasted phone. He was just a holding it. Well, let's see, y'all. This old sitting still bite ain't worth a dang right now, but I'm gonna eat some chicken salad anyway. Just getting some little old bites out here. There's fish down there, I can see them. There's one right there, he just checked my bait out. Come up, took a peek at it. Well, y'all, I'm about tired of this. Nothing but dink bites and mosquito bites. Sitting here suspend baiting. We caught a couple fish right here, and I marked quite a few fish right here. Since it's gotten dark, everything's changed, and there's nothing but these sardine-sized catfish out here. So I'm gonna ride back towards the dam, and we may try dragging a different spot. Man, that water is pretty warm down there. Yeah, there's a fish. He just looked at my bait right there, but I'll leave it a second and see if he eats it. Nah, he ain't gonna eat it. Let's get out of here. Yeah, this is beating a dead horse right here, so let's see what else we can get into. All right, y'all, we're in this other creek down by the dam. We're gonna give it one pull, and then I'm gonna get back to the ramp. This is just a test, just to see what's going on, if it's going on yet. And I'm gonna throw one out the back with a head on. We'll have 3 heads on, 2 chunks. From what I've seen, I've got more faith in the heads. Oh shoot, I'm letting too much line out there. All right, y'all. We'll give it a shot. We'll speed up to about 0.7 just to get some flow going on here. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that. That's a fish, that's a fish. That's a fish. On a chunk. Tighten this drag up a little bit. Yeah. on a chunk. Cool. Looks like we got to drag them up. This feels pretty decent. Feels pretty decent. Did not like that hook set I got on him. My drag was a little loose and he did not take off with it. Yeah. Glad to see this one. Because the spin baiting wasn't worth a dang. It's a better one. Ain't no little dinky one. "41 feet. There he goes. There he goes, getting riled up. There he is. Not a bad one. There he goes. Now he's getting riled up. Not a bad fish for this lake, so it's a good sign, good sign. Yeah. On a chunk. Come on in here, old hyperfish. Yeah. Still not a, what I call a fall size, but bigger than a dink, so we'll take him. Oh, ornery old fish there. Oh, no. Yeah, bit me. Yeah, bigger than a dink, so we'll take it. Something. There's a good fish on the bottom right there. There's a good one, boy. Maybe my back rod will get him. 38 foot. That's the best mark I've seen this whole trip. So there is one good one in here. Oh, I seen a nip. On the head. And my drag's loose again. 35 foot. Look at him going right into my line over there. Get out of there. Yeah, stay out of that. Don't know how my drags got loose, but they did. Don't feel like no super big one, but it is a fish. Ornery old fish. Did you shake my head off there? No, looks like I got it back. Come on, come on, come on. We'll let some line out of that green one. There's one at 35. One in 40, one in 35. Yep, these are not fall-sized fish, but typically this end of the lake don't carry many fish until the fall, so a good sign. Open that old beak up there. Yeah, that's a small one, but it's a fish on this end of the lake. And I'm happy to see that. He's gonna eat it. He's gonna eat it. He ate it. 22 feet. 22 feet. He must be running to me. Must be running as fast as he can. There he goes. Getting right over that line there. Getting right over the top of it. Don't you do it. He done it. He sure did. He got it. Why'd you do that, fish? Let me go ahead and pop that loose. Why did you do that? I believe that's on a chunk again. Yeah. You got me a mess there. Dag blast it. Come on up in here. Oh, yeah. Come on, man. I don't know how them nets do that, but they do it. Old dinky blue cat on the chunk. Well, all right, y'all. I gave this thing one pass. The fall bite is definitely not on yet, but that fall pattern has started. Typically, this is a terrible end of the lake to fish until about October, and the fish are starting to show up here, so it's just a matter of time. Get these waters down about 5 or 6 more degrees, get a couple more weeks to go by, and there should be some really good fishing right here on old Fort Lousy Reservoir. Thought I'd come out and give it a try, and I think I'm just going to let a couple more weeks go by before we try it again. But either way, it's better than going all the way to Chattanooga to make a catfish video. This is a video. There was some fish in the video. That makes it a fishing video. This is Catfish Dave with another one, signing out.